Today, we feel honored to have Professor Dicky Shek here to give us the first workshop session. Professor Dicky Shek is the Honorary Vice President of Greater Bay Business School and the Professor of Practice in the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. He is now also the Academic Advisor of EIA. Professor Dicky Shek is a scholar cum business leader in the technology industry with more than 25 years of academic, executive, and management experience for Greater China and Asia Pacific regions.
In fact, digital marketing has a close relationship with the web evolution. Okay, and we have a Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, and maybe right now we are just starting to use 5G level. But in fact, okay, before we have web, okay, before we have 2G or 3G, okay, well, so we use traditional marketing. But after we have 2G, probably around many years ago, okay, and then almost 20 years probably. So we became a Web 1.0, okay. So at that time, Web 1.0, we focus on content, and we publish and broadcast the information, usually at that time still one-way communication. So right now, I would say that a lot of business and organization are still using the Web 1 platform. So we just show information, okay. And then when we move to 3G, around 2001, I would say that, 2001, something like that. So we became as a Web 2.0. At that time, all the mobile phone changed. And we start to use mobile phone, we have social media, and most of the new internet company, they appears and focus on user generated content. And instead of one-way communication, there will be a two-way interactive communication. So typical example of the such internet company including Facebook, YouTube, okay. And then although we are using, we are now in 4G and 4.5G actually, and we just started 5G this year, and the web platform has been changed. So right now, okay, from content sharing, user-generated content, and the focus right now became intelligent or behavioral interacting. Okay, these two keywords. So instead of B2B or B2C, so we emphasize on the peer-to-peer communication. Okay, and right now you find out there's a lot of Internet of Things device, so it's getting more and more. And another terms maybe you can come across, we call it the Internet of People. So a lot of device communication, a lot of human communication. However, I would say that it's still in evolution. Okay, and this is I would say that so far we don't have a very mature website on Web 3. So there is some feature appearing, but not so mature at the moment. Okay. As I said, Web 3 is just I would say that in evolution. So we have some company, they trying to begin some feature and enter into Web 3 platform. Okay. However, I want to highlight that there are some enabling technology, 5G, AI, big data. Because in Web 3, the keywords, as I said, intelligent. Okay. So we want to have some kind of intelligence over the website. Okay. So by making use of this kind of intelligence, we have no choice. We will use some AI tools and applying a lot of analytics over the big data. Okay, we can collect a lot of data internally, externally, and over different platforms. And another very important technology is 5G. because under 5G, the speed, okay, the bandwidth, the lead time has a lot of improvement. So, I would say that in the next 5 or 10 years, the web, the digital marketing will come a lot of new revolution. So I cannot tell you how we can change at this moment, because there will be a lot of new device, different device. So including the driverless car, it can be workable under 5G or 5.5G, I would say that. Okay, given the secure and the shortened lead time. Okay. And another change is the home appliance. Maybe over 5 years, you will see that almost all the home appliance will be connected to the car. Okay, so at that time, a lot of communication between all the mobile device. Okay, or the Internet of Things device, I would say the IoT device. Okay. And the integration, there's a lot of integration with real-time data, a lot of rich social interaction, and the marketing will focus on a lot of personalized or behavioral area, I would say that. And there will be a lot of automated marketing, okay, or activity, okay. And that you will see there's a new term called intelligent marketing. Okay, so the idea is more integrated, more personalized, more relevant, more accurate, real-time, proactive. And this is new term, and I will see that maybe over the next 3 or 5 years, we will have a new subject called intelligent marketing, making use of a lot of different technology, okay, and analytics, okay. And I guess for the forthcoming, we will have online virtual shopping mall or online virtual trade shows, something like that. Okay, think about that. If you are interested in technology or interest in being entrepreneurs, okay, so think about how we can make use of the new technology to begin some new stuff. Okay. So here is a summary and a comparison between the 3 web platforms, I would say that. The first one, the focus, I hope that you can understand, okay, so right now, we still have Web 1 platform for many companies, Web 2 platforms are a lot of social media, and we have some Web 3, okay, platform for some innovative company. Okay, the focus is shifting from organization to community and to individuals. Okay, and then in terms of the communication aspect, so Web 1 we focus on broadcasting content. Web 2 we are focusing on interactive communication between business and consumer and customer. And Web 3 we want the customer, we want the audience become more engaged, okay? And the audience or consumer, they will invest their time or resources in the Web 3 platform, okay? So lastly, given that we have the digital media, a lot of digital marketing channel, I want to say marketers should mix and match communication option to reach the target audience. Okay, this is a picture I want to show you. So sometimes, okay, we have pinned advertising. So even we have digital channels, we will still use some traditional channel like pinned advertising, and we will have outdoor advertising, and we also have some digital advertising, okay, like some digital display on the street or on the transportation, etc., or even mobile, of course. And lastly, I want to give you show you this online offline marketing presents map. I would say that. So this is the very fundamental for all the organization. So we need to have website, we need to have email, we need to make use of social media, and last, we also still make use of offline media. So in each of the persons, okay, so we establish different platforms. Their website, we have traditional website, mobile apps, okay, and for the website, we need to have Apple-based search function, display function. Sometimes we need to do some sponsorship for other social media, and by email we can send email broadcast. Okay, but again, when you come across CRM or other analytics stuff, I highly recommend you don't broadcast all the newsletter to everyone. We need to be selective. Right now, I guess a lot of marketer, because it's free, when sending email is free, you don't need to pay money. So they try to send all the email to all the audience. So this is the effect is not good. Okay, we need to be selective. Social media. So we need to put or make use of all kind of important social media, and in order to reach our target audience. Okay, we focus on conversion, engagement, share information, and even giving advice. And in the future, probably we need to have some more engaging activity over the social media. And lastly, offline media still useful, particularly if you have a good budget or big budget. So we use offline media for education, for exposure, and for branding. Okay, so I guess this person's map is very important for all the marketer to take a look when we want to evaluate the success of the existing organization.